This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Hey, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Our question, who fell asleep and where? And here come those emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
Well, Bacola's happy hump day. Bacola's during Army boot camp. I momentarily fell asleep standing up in formation with a full rucksack, a rifle, at a position of attention. Woke up to a DS yelling at the guy behind me. We've been up all night running fire drills, then had to march 8 miles to the range that morning. I still hate mornings to this day. That from Diane. Guys, I was the guy that fell asleep everywhere. Comedy shows, movies, car rides, family gatherings. Every day after work, I would crash on the couch for at least an hour or two. It was really bad for a long time. Got diagnosed with severe sleep apnea, and now I have a BiPAP sleep mask and don't pass out at all. Feels like a wet blanket was lifted off my life. Turns out I had an AHI of 80 plus when I slept, which means I stopped breathing 80 plus times an hour while sleeping, getting only 50% oxygen to my brain at night. If you know someone who snorts heavily and falls asleep everywhere, tell them to go see a doctor. It'll change your life. I will never sleep at night without that mask now. That from Sam the Fishman. Now, let's see here. Why don't we move on to the birthday shout-outs, guys? It is my son Matthew's birthday. Can I please get a your penis is too small? Rock on, bitches. That from Jeremy. Guys, birthday shout out to my daughter Dylan. It's crazy that this is her second birthday in quarantine. You may remember last year's birthday shout out where I told you without meaning to, her initials turned out to be the unfortunate acronym DTF.
No.
Can I please get a fart burp and a happy Chinooka? Thanks so much. That from the Wild Honey Pie.
Happy Chinooka.
Does this PS throw? We still have your old New Originals base from the auction.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's being well taken care of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Guys, today, Colin and Michaela having a birthday. They are two of the best unplanned surprises I've ever had, and they make me proud every day. So, can I get a couple of fish sandwiches and Coach Ted giving them some motivation to get through their last year of school? Thanks, guys. That from Dirt the Dad.
I'll have a fish sandwich. Sure, I get a fish sandwich.
They shouldn't need much motivation for that one.
Almost there.
Yeah, the last year's great. Heck, by the springtime, you'll have a few electives, nothing else. It cruise on through, man. You'll have one or two classes that's tough, but yeah, that year's great. Enjoy it. Because after that, it gets real.
I could not believe how bad school just sucked for me. Then the senior year, I was like, man, they're finally giving us a little bit of a break. It's not nearly as bad as it was.
Senior year to me is like the last couple of days of any school where it's just, everything's a little looser. Yeah. They'll fudge a few things for you.
Yeah.
All the Michelle's today is my coworker Jonathan, pronounced JG8's 23rd trip around the sun. He's a great electrician, a righteous dude. Can you give me a fish sandwich montage? And maybe some Wendy Williams farts. Stay fresh, my friends. That from Jeffro.
Can I get
a fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? With the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I'll wear a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Oh, yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon and at night.
I'll buy you a fish sandwich. Oh, you don't want a fish sandwich?
Patello's in September 2020 finally got to marry my best friend and life partner, Alec, a.k.a. Baby Cakes. He is celebrating his 27th trip around the sun today. It's been a crazy year, and he has been my adventure buddy, my rock, works his butt off every day. How about getting the Dirty Germans talking about how things will get better and how awesome and crazy marriage will be. Love your wife, Casey.
Yeah, at least the first 2 years, because you'll have plenty of the sexy time. But if you work your butt off, what am I going to do with you?
Yeah, she's promising this marriage will be better. So, once that happens, remind her 3 or 4 years from now. So that's what's your promise.
Michelle is my best friend. Eric Perry just had a birthday today. It'd mean the world to me if you guys could give him a big old Leroy Jenkins, followed by an owl hitting the window. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. That from Eli.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Guys, I want to wish my wonderful wife, Crystal, a very happy birthday. The big 3-0. And a few more today on top of that. I love you, hon. You're the best woman I've ever had. I hope you had a great day. That from Travis. Hopefully you are the best woman. Guys, today's my best friend Adrian's birthday. How about dedicating to him a Leroy Jenkins, a Your Penis is Too Small, and some Wendy Williams vomit, whatever, fart thing. I'll thank you so much. You're the best. That from Trista.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Maybe we should just call it the Wendy Williams orifice cleanser.
Yeah. Men's Room today is my dad's birthday. His name is Ryan. He's 35 years old. Listen to you guys all the time in his car and when he's going to bed. You guys are his favorite radio station. I know he would love to be shouted out. So if you could do this, I would be greatly appreciative. My dad worked so hard for my mom and all 4 of us kids. He deserves this more than ever. I'll thank you guys. Take care of that from Molly, I believe. That would be Ryan's daughter. Give me your penis is too small. Even though it works. Guys, I want to say happy 40th birthday to my best friend Daniel. Looking forward to hanging out and sipping some Spindy Jack Daniels. Can he please get a Wendy Williams? I'll cut that bitch off. And that fish sandwich thing that Mike Hawk put together. Nice. Have a great day, gentlemen. That from Drew.
Cut that bitch off! Next call. Can I get a
fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? With the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I want a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Oh, yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon. And at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich? Though you don't want a fish sandwich?
All the men's room. I want to wish my big brother Dean a special birthday shout out. He's 40 today, my best friend, and he can work hard and play hard with the best of them. Never met anybody who could crush beers, laugh, play, and rally for the next adventure as much as this guy. Can I please get a drop the beat and the Dirty Germans talking about smoking meat? That man loves his meat smoker. Make it dirty, gentlemen. Thanks, guys, from his crazy middle sister, Stephanie.
Drop the beat.
Yeah, I feel like smoking meat so much, I think you're really going to enjoy tonight, because they're going to have lots of tube steak to smoke.
Yeah, so smoking some meat is always good. Sometimes it's a butt. Sometimes it's just a loin.
It's a rump roast.
Yeah, you can smoke so many different meats, and you got to smothers them in sauce and covers them the night before.
Yeah, white gravy.
Yeah, and when you're done, they have a hard crust on them.
If you leave it.
Yeah. Guys, I want to wish a happy 49th birthday to my brother Chad. How about Coach Ted giving him advice for his last year in his 40s? That is from Sully Mack.
Tell you what, first of all, Sully Mack sounds like some weird version of mac and cheese. Sully Mack. Comes with a pigeon and river water. All right, it's your last year in your 40s. So I think you got to do what most people do when they're 49. Travel the world. Yep, that's what everybody's doing. You got to travel the world. Then you'll be 50, and then you don't know this when you go to get a passport. They go, oh, sir, you're 50. No more traveling for you. Travel the world now. Plan that trip. Things are probably cheap.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Now, the Men's Room wants to know who sucks last?
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Last. To the Thrill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. All of them suck, but it is up to you to determine out of the three which of these stories sucks the least. Now, if you like KISW on Facebook or you follow KISW on Twitter, the debate is already underway on who sucks less.
Yes, indeed. And today we go international, Miles. I don't let you do it small. International. We're going to start in South Africa. Then we're going to go to Boca Raton, Florida. And then we'll finish in my favorite city, Chicago. That's right. So let's head over to South Africa, where a school headmaster, he was hit with a child abuse charge after sending an 11-year-old into a poop-filled pit latrine to look for a cell phone. Now, the boy at the junior secondary school, he was told he would be paid about $13 if he retrieved the phone from the pit toilet. The headmaster there, he used a rope to lower the child after the other students used buckets to reduce the level of waste. Still, the boy was in feces up to his knees and searched fruitlessly for the phone for as long as an hour. The phone, as you might imagine, belonged to the headmaster, who dropped it in the pit while using it earlier in the day. Now, the boy was said to have been paid only $3 by the headmaster, and the child's grandmother says he was teased so mercilessly after the incident that he has not gone back to school. An incident came to light after local authorities were told of it. Meanwhile, the headmaster's been suspended, currently out on bail. And just so you know, pit latrines still used throughout South Africa, apparently, even though they have proven deadly.
Did they get the phone?
No.
So they didn't even get the phone?
No, he said, look, man, I dropped my phone in the pile of poop. I'll give you $13. Only paid him $3. But I'll give you $13. I'll lower you on a rope. And this kid's up to his knees searching through poop trying to find this guy's phone. And he never found the phone.
Oh, God.
So that headmaster, a little bit of trouble. Oh, it only gets worse, Ted. Now we go to Florida. Boca Raton, where a woman was arrested for throwing dog poop at her neighbor during an argument over the dog's preferred location for pooping. Now, apparently the woman had enough of her neighbor's dog relieving himself on her lawn. All right, that's what she's mad about. But the manner in which she acted at her outrage, that's what landed her in jail, and she was charged with assault on an elderly person. And in case you're wondering, throwing dog poop or any type of poop, it is illegal and be considered a form of assault. Well, the 57-year-old woman who threw the poop, she witnessed her neighbor walking her dog when the neighbor stood there and let her dog defecate on the woman's property. Well, at this point, she walked out of her house to confront her neighbor about the incident. But during the altercation, the neighbor apparently told the woman that she would have cleaned up the poop if not for the woman coming out of the house screaming at her. And since she continued to scream, she said, you know what, you can just clean up the poop yourself. And she did. She picked up the poop and then threw it at her neighbor. It managed to hit the neighbor in the face and smeared across her face. Now, here's the thing. Right? So she throws it.
That's amazing. I mean, that's pretty good accuracy.
It's a nice toss.
Yeah,
well, now,
it really is.
The defense attorneys for the woman say, well, they believe the neighbor intentionally smeared feces on herself in an effort to frame the woman.
Okay.
Because the woman is saying, no, I just threw the dog ass. I wasn't trying to hit her. Whatever the case, the woman has been charged with assault on an elderly person.
Check.
Wait, so it's the other lady's dog poop?
Yes, and she's like,
she's mad. You gotta start picking this up.
You're just pooping in my yard.
She didn't.
She didn't, and then the woman who let her dog poop basically was like, "After you, pick it up yourself if you're gonna scream at me." And so she did, and then threw it at her and hit her in the face.
I also want to make a public service announcement. I don't care what's going on in your life. You let your dog poop on a sidewalk in a city, you're going to hell.
Going to hell, yes.
God, that drives me up a wall. I'll walk over needles, tents, whatever. Pick up the dog poop.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to hell, bro. And finally, we go to Chicago, where a woman was riding the subway there. She told police she was attacked by another passenger who was wielding a sock, and that sock was filled with human feces. The woman said, quote, he had a sock full of poop on me. It was everywhere, on my face, my hair, my clothes. The victim, who requested to remain anonymous, said she screamed and tried to follow her attacker, but he managed to escape through an exit and then ran northbound up the street. The college student, who came to Chicago to live with a family and provide in-home care, said she was riding the eastbound train when she was attacked. Quote, the guy got on with me at the station. I wasn't really paying attention. At the next stop, he threw something in my face. And it turns out it was a sock full of his poop. Now, officers responded by searching for the man in and around a gas station. They didn't find him. They do have a picture of a person of interest who matched her description, but it still has not gone to trial yet. The victim expressed utter disgust and outrage. Quote, it was like the biggest degradation I've ever experienced. I wish he just hit me. The worst part is nobody had anything to wipe my face with. she did finally manage to find some newspapers before the paramedics arrived, and they gave her towels and water. She said that she had never met her assailant before. They never exchanged a word and does not understand why he hit her with a poop-filled sock.
I think this one's cut and dry for me today. Anyway, I think the woman with the neighbor. Obviously, this is not the first time this has happened.
Right.
So she has addressed her before. Could you please pick up after your dog? He keeps pooping in my yard. Blah blah blah. I have a hard time believing that woman. Anytime you pick something up, it's got a different weight. It's harder to throw. It's a different object. So to be that accurate with something that you just picked up for the first time, I don't believe she really hit her in the face. I think that woman's a little bit off. Maybe did that just to cause a scene, as you say. So I think that might have been a voluntary action on a neighbor who had been warned multiple times, and she just wanted to take it to another level.
I think she meant to hit her in the face, but based on the scenario and how things played out, if they're to be believed, you keep letting your dog poop in the yard, man.
Now, the kid, he hadn't gone back to school yet. He's so embarrassed. And you can't really say no to a teacher, especially when you're younger. I mean, those are the people that everything they tell you.
I feel like with that one, comfortably.
Either way, he told him he was going to give him $13, only gave him $3.
Right.
So that's
he didn't find the phone.
Right. And the woman who got hit in the face with a poop-filled sock, that sucks. I'm going to say that the two neighbors, in this case, suck the least.
I agree.
That's where I'm going to go on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kid or the teacher, the headmaster, who put the kid in the poop, he sucks the most.
You think?
I do.
I'm going to say second. I think poop-filled sock guy sucks the most.
Wow, yeah, but you got to keep in mind.
Keep what in mind?
He had to get that poop in there.
Miles came up with the theory, much like a dog poop bag.
Yeah, you just take the sock and put it on your arm, right?
And then you just stick the poop on the ground.
Inside out. You see what I'm saying? It's easily.
We don't guarantee that's how he did it, but Miles instantly said, dude, it's easy. Just put your hand in the sock, reach down like it's
do it
dog
like
poop.
it's a dog bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? Put your hand inside, then pick it up, and then turn it inside out.
Yeah, like
he had a poop-filled sock.
But yeah, the guy's putting a kid into poop. A poop river. He's the teacher. He's supposed to look after your kids.
Yeah.
He sucks the most. And also, Chicago guy, disgusting. Comedic value.
That's what I said.
All right? Like, I got to give him some credit. And homie, don't play that.
Well, Mike even said earlier, who do you want to run into least in an alley? So the first scenario, there's a guy with a knife, trench coat, maybe he mugs you, whatever. So, okay. The second scenario was just a naked dude bum rushes you.
All right.
And the third guy is the guy with the poop-filled sock. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the guy I want to deal with the least.
Yeah. But I'm with you. I think the lady in Boca Raton sucks the least. Mm-hmm. And also, I hope she hit her in the face. Yeah. She deserves it.
Here's why I think she successfully hit her in the face. Now, Miles, I hear your theory, but the first time that I ever just barehanded a pile of dog poop, I was in third grade, and a little girl called me the inbound. And I had never picked up dog poop before. Certainly never threw it. Guess what? I hit her right in the goddamn face with it.
Nice.
You don't miss when you're really mad.
Okay. So you're saying the neighbor maybe
I'm saying, look, in my one experience with throwing a dog turd at someone's face, like, you make contact.
If you want to continue the debate on who sucks less, just like the radio station there, KISW on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter at 999KISW. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
You're in the men's room. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Coming up in just minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. But first, a quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, police in Arkansas found a murder suspect hiding in a chimney.
Why would you think that would be your... I've just never seen a chimney where I thought, man, I could make it down that. And then once I did, I'm still in somebody's house that I don't know.
I think he was trying to get away from the cops.
Right.
Like, I think the cops were actively looking for him.
But that's not...
Maybe the chimney seems more appealing.
Maybe a recycling bin, or...
I think it was just like the initial lay low spot. I think that he could dive in there. I don't know how big this chimney was, obviously big enough for him, but I think he just jumped in there just to hopefully throw the cops off his trail for long enough to him to then find a different spot. I don't know that he planned to stay in there
almost
for much longer.
worked. Yeah, I was going to say, he's running from the cops. He's just trying to get away.
That's right.
You see an open hole, you jump in.
Just get out of sight. 2 women got into a physical fight on an American Airlines flight. Who would get off the plane first?
Come on. It's pretty well basic. It's a plane. You get off the plane in order of the rows.
Right.
And either way, like, you go ahead of me. I'll be 1/2 of 1 second behind you.
But then there's that awkward impasse when it gets to your row, and then it's between you and the other person in the aisle as to who's going to get off first then. And then neither one of you can back down. You got to engage in fisticuffs.
You must fight, Mike. At that point, you must fight.
I don't get it.
You can never say something like, go ahead, man.
Right. You cannot possibly be the second person in that exchange to get off, because then you've lost pride and the first one to get off.
That's right.
Yeah, I generally don't care. Because also, if you check your bag, it's going to take forever to get that. But I will say, one thing that does annoy me is when they say, hey, like if the flight's been delayed, like people need a transfer, let them off.
Right.
Absolutely. And people just get, it's like not all of you have not all of you are trying to get a connecting flight.
That's a good point.
My favorite's the guy that sprints to the front as soon as the wheels touch down.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
Because he put his overhead over someone else's seat.
Yes.
Right? Because he said, that one drives me crazy, too.
In first class, too.
Look, man, we're running out of space to put this crap. Put your stuff over your seat.
Right.
Well, I'm guilty of that, because I usually...
You son of a bitch.
Well, sometimes it's full over your seat.
No, I understand if it's full.
Over your
I'm
seat.
saying some guy, you're getting on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
There's 8 people on there, and I watch this guy. I understand when it's full, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wait a minute, man.
Right.
There's
As you're
10 people on
boarding...
the plane... I thought you were sitting here because you just put your crap over like A2.
Right. Oh yeah, no, I hate that guy too.
No, he's
Thank
back
you.
in the bathrooms.
What about the guy standing up next to you? Right? Let's say you're like Miles. You're in the window seat. He's in the middle seat. He's all crunched up. Where are you going?
Right. What do you think
We're
you're doing?
The back of the plane.
Right. We are not moving yet. We're not moving for an easy 15 minutes here, boss.
Yeah.
Hang tight. It's more comfy if you sit
You
down.
want to yell at people in front of you to hurry up? I'm cool with that.
Right.
But otherwise, just wait. Hey, hurry up!
Right.
Goddamn harder to get off a plane.
Got it.
You feel that awkward pressure when you finally get your bag down? Like, I gotta hurry.
Go,
hurry, man. Push. Then you can hear his fat feet behind you. Spend a little money, get up further in the plane, you jackass. Oh, we got that out. The CEO of a tech company in Japan gave his staff the day off to play the new video game Monster Hunter Rise.
All right, nice.
That's great.
That's fun.
That is very
means
cool.
You have a CEO that's a gamer. Because you know damn well that
He
he
wants
did
to
that
play.
because he wants to go home and play that game. I don't even know what this game is. I usually got my ear to the ground on these games. I don't know anything about this.
Oh, I already beat it. I got a system, Mike. Forgot to tell you.
That's right. It's got it all planned out, man. Cadbury held their annual contest of who would play their Easter Bunny. Are you ready for this?
Oh, God.
All right.
Who's the frog this year?
Is this something they do every year?
Yeah, you guys know the commercial that goes on there. They've been playing it since like the 1960s.
The rabbit, the lion, all these different things. But in the end, it always ended with the bunny. Like, here's our failed, audition tapes, if you will.
Sure.
And it ends with the bunny.
Well, I think they just kind of give any random animal an honorary, you're our Easter Bunny for this
That's
year.
crap.
You play the part.
That is the worst candy ever.
Thank you. It's
I'm
awful.
just not down with it. It should be like, who's willing to eat this?
I went on a rant, like, a week ago, 2 weeks ago about this, and then the text line was just blowing me up, talking about how great Cadbury eggs were.
I'm just not a fan.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's hot and cold. People either love them or hate them.
Right. I mean, if you like it, absolutely, get that crap off my shelves, but it's not going to going home with me.
Them.
Right, it's not going home with me.
I like the mini eggs.
Those are good.
They're okay.
The one with the chocolate inside of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are the good ones. But
those Cadbury mini eggs?
I think they're okay. I did not say I dislike them. I just said they're okay, Ted.
But the big cream eggs.
No,
thank you.
No, I'm right there with you. No.
I don't want goo inside of my chocolate egg.
Exactly. The chocolate.
That's why he'll never sleep with me.
That's right. Got it.
Bite into it and squish.
Would you like to see my Cadbury's?
And it would be something if it was like a lot more vanilla-y. Maybe I could get past it. But it's this weird, one, consistency, and two, the flavor is just
what is in my mouth?
Right.
That's not the response you want.
I don't know what this is.
I gotta buy one. I haven't even attempted to eat one in years.
Coming up on Ted's Meat and Potatoes tomorrow on the Men's Room.
Right. Ted eats a cream egg.
Bring them all in, Ted. We're all going to try them. Smugglers were busted with gold hidden under their toupees.
That's getting it done. But I guess it didn't work.
Right. I didn't look into it. I wonder if it's as comical as that guy that tried to hide pot underneath his toupee.
I mean, right, because that guy, his hair, it was ridiculous. But I got to think.